Hello, this is George from Digital High Road. Today's video subject, content curation. What we're going to do in the video today is I want to go over with you some of the dangers of content curation, why it works and why it doesn't work, and specifically in this video, the dangers of content curation and being things you need to be aware of when curating posts using tools that people sell you for content curation. So content curation, let's move on in. First off, we're going to talk about what exactly is content curation. Okay, so in this video today, I'm going to be talking about posts that are created using content curation. And curating posts is the two perfect examples I used in a video I just published a couple of days ago was review for content Artemis. You can take a look at that video. There'll be a link in the upper right hand corner. And in that video, I was looking and giving a review of a product that's main purpose was curating content for the sake of affiliate marketers making money. Now, the two perfect examples I used in that was a large site called Wirecutter. We also looked at BuzzFeed closer in that video. And these are examples of sites that use content curation for their site. They have, look at all the categories that are eligible to be seen on BuzzFeed. It's just, subject after subject. Like I said in the video, you can go down many rabbit holes. Wirecutter, it's the same thing. We go from popular subjects to home and garden to electronics, appliances. All these have like reviews of products on them. If we were to click on any special link, like here's best bathroom scales. This particular article is done from curating content. They go out and get the best content. See, there's 3 people here that put this article together that get the best content for the purpose of explaining what the best bathroom scales are. And then they go out and get pictures, videos, tweets, advertisements, whatever you need to fill the content out. They make the content very, very attractive for people to come to. It's like I guess if I was in the music business, it's like a greatest hits album. If you have like the Beatles, you can go deep on the Beatles for regular content, but you can go deep on the Beatles with greatest hits albums as well. The same thing goes with content. So if you're going to look at content curation, you're bringing in you're bringing in written content, you're bringing in images, and some of these have videos on them as well. If you go to BuzzFeed, there'll be a lot of videos that they use. So there's images they brought in from somewhere. And the advertisements aren't showing up because my security is preventing them from showing up. What you're seeing is this content's all put together through content curation. Now, what we're not talking about is, I want to make sure you understand, we're not talking about what people think often as what we call auto blogging. Auto blogging is where you are basically scraping through RSS feeds content off people's sites and just publishing it and creating 20, 30 posts per day because you can get all these plugins. This is like the top auto blogging plugins on WordPress right now. And it goes through and tells why almost every one of these is through using RSS feeds. And that's one of the dangers is that you do not want to cross the line into auto blogging. If you're going to do content curation, you want to do it properly and not become involved in what we call auto blogging. So let's go into next. We're going to take a look at exactly some things that the way content curation works. Okay, so let's look at, this is for newbie marketers. It's designed for newbies to help you figure out what content curation is. If you don't know, first I want to show you what it is not. Okay, what curation is not. It's not just copying and pasting content from other sites. It's not just written content. As you take written content, just take parts of other people's sites, and it's just not putting a bunch of written content up in your post by stealing it from someone else. It's not just an easy answer. It shouldn't be, content curation shouldn't be easy. It should be maybe easier than creating content on your own, but it shouldn't be an easy answer. It's not auto-blogging. Auto-blogging is really the easy answer. As we've mentioned just briefly there, auto-blogging, if you look at it, you have several different plugins that can just kind of do the work for you. They'll scrape everything and anything off of a site and automatically gets published to your site. And if you don't go in and correct it, format it, change some things around, it'll look exactly like it was on the other site, and you'll never rank for it. Well, curation is, it needs to be respected as a form of content creation. That's what curation is. So what exactly is content creation? It is content that involves written words, videos, and images. And I'll be showing you in a couple minutes an example from a perfect example in today's world is a site called Mashable. And when we look at that, you'll see exactly how it's built and how it works. It's the written word. You need to find an article that gives you needed content. You are building the curated article around a single topic. You need to find several different posts about your subject. You need to read the post. You need to then find the best parts of the post that will help you drive home and help the person, the viewer, have answers, get answers, I guess, if you will, from your content around the topic that you've entitled your post as being. And then always very, very important in content curation is use attribution. If the attribution is necessary in each section of content you end up using in the curated post. A curated post includes, it's going to be three main things you look at: written content that makes sense. It's content that supports the title of your post and supports what you want to give your viewers. You know the main cog that you're presenting to your viewer. The main purpose and the main thrust of your post, the written content you find and add to your post from other sites should drive home your point and tell the story that you need told. Images that add, you want images that are adding to the story, adding to the explanation of the points you're making through the written content. You want images, find images. And I would say usually probably should find 2 or 3 images that add to your story. And then videos that add. Usually 1 or 2 videos, again, that add to your subject will be most welcomed by your viewers. And real quick, just wanted to cover some warnings about content curation. Content that is used, you need to avoid just copying the written content that you use. Take the high road ethically. Avoid stealing content from others. There's such things as copyright infringement laws and fair use, which we'll get into next. We'll talk about that. That's a couple key dangers in the fine line between auto-blogging and content curation. Make sure you have permission. If you have images, especially, make sure that you're taking the images from other sites, that those images have been designated for fair use. You can do it in your search or Google search. Limit it to pictures that come in that you're looking at. There's possibilities of using of only pictures that the person that took the pictures have given you permission to share them. If you get them from any other source, some pictures and some photo sites will tell you that you need to attribute the picture. Let other people know where you got that picture from. Give the person the credit for creating the pictures. And create your own videos. I suggest that you can also create some short videos of your own to support your story and your post, the points you're trying to make. And if you can't do that, there's Vimeo and there's YouTube especially, that you can find other videos that you can embed them on your site that are free to be shared, and you can actually credit where credit is due if you choose to. You can link out to other people's channels that's where you got the video from. Now here's an example. We're going to go over Mashable in a second. Mashable is a great example of what a good site looks like. And then you have Mashable, the site I've already referred to. In a minute, we'll get to that. I want to go over why Mashable works and why it brings home the 3 points I want to make on how the articles are laid out. It's a great example of what you can do with a good curated post. As you look at Mashable, you see that they stay on topic and add content that informs you, and they support it with the written content with screenshots of tweets and YouTube videos. Those are also welcome addition to the information you're providing. Another point I just want to make, which we'll be doing in another video coming up in the next couple weeks, will be about the best SEO practices that you can use in creating content. And content necessarily goes hand in hand with best SEO practices. Just remember when you're creating and curating content to always optimize fresh content using best SEO practices. Just wanted to remind you that I reminded people in my last video about content Artemis was that there are 80,000 Google searches per second. Breaking through the noise can seem impossible. And that's what you're trying to do when you create content. New content to break through, only 9% of the content actually sees organic traffic from search results. And always remember, of the 10 that are showed on each page of Google, that nearly 70% of all clicks go to the top 5. So you see how slim and hard it is to get ranking good from Google. So the right thing to do is to be ethical and offer valuable content. Then the sales will come from the people who like and trust you because they know you provide good content that answers their questions as a viewer. So when your content's valuable, you'll get backlinked. And that's where the magic shows up through backlinks, and that's where that'll help you rank in Google. So let's take a look next at Mashable. Why Mashable works so well for content curation and why it avoids the other areas that we've already talked about that are dangers. Now here, this article today is about the Galactica flight, which is coming up from New Mexico in the United States. And then what it does, it has content here. It has content taken from other places. There's one main writer. They involve tweets and videos. A video from Twitter. There's content in here. This isn't simply taken from, this guy didn't simply write it. This is content that's been brought in from other sources. There's more content. This is more kind of like a reporting. There's a video. And then they involve many other places to go to, other rabbit holes you can go down. Another example, just a little bit earlier, there's an article about Kristen Bell here. And this is just a perfect example of sites, and you see them all the time when you click on things that come up on the sidebars or underneath when you're looking at things on websites, emails, whatever. This is like a little bit of thing here. It tells about her. There's a picture of her. Then there's a GIF, another little script here, a link out. And if you keep scrolling, another GIF, an interview, which will take you to a video, a picture again. And you see, these are the kind of things that sometimes people look at and say, well, that's nonsense. It's just, there's nothing there. It's fluff. Well, it's kind of like a greatest hits about, they get you to click because you're interested in what Kristen Bell is about and what's currently new with her. That's why this works. That's what I wanted to talk about today, was from my review of Content Artemis. I was talking about how this is a content curation site. Wanted to mention to you and kind of highlight what content curation is. That's what we've done in this video. And I hope that you liked the video. If you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Like the video, please share the video. Also, leave comments. Let me know what your favorite site is that uses content curation. I'm sure there's some site that you like in particular, whether it be Mashable or BuzzFeed or anything I brought up there. I know there's hundreds of them. Let me know which ones you like, which ones you don't like, why you like them, why you don't like them. Please also, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate that. Also hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I publish a new video to our channel. And also I want to remind you that if you are a newbie and you are looking for a way to make money, not just that it's a hobby and you're floundering around with no direction, but if you want direction and you want to get a hold of some content that I recommend highly, I recommend it 1,000 times over as the best content you could get, and the price is right. It's free. There's a link down in the description. Click that link. You can get access to it today. It's content that I recommend 1,000 times over to you. You'll never regret taking a look at it. So we thank you for watching the video today, The Dangers of Content Curation. Check back with us again for our new video. We publish new videos every week. We appreciate you. Thank you. God bless. So long.